Hi everyone, this is RBT2, aka Bader, which I want to have it sound more like batter. For those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, that's at Ruth Tortoise, or follow me on Facebook if we're not friends, the night before I came home from vacation, my husband, who had been taking care of RBT for 2 weeks while I was away, left the lid, which you can see here, off the habitat, which is a box with a burrow in it and food and water for the tortoise, because we had excessive heat warnings. Unfortunately, he didn't realize that feral cats are the #2 predator of desert tortoises. And my neighbor across the street, who has trapped, neutered, and released 3 colonies of feral cats over the years in our neighborhood, still feeds 4 or 5 neutered feral tomcats. And my husband had seen a large, about 30-pound tom in our yard over the weekend, hiding in our sprinkler box. When I got home last Tuesday night from visiting my daughter and my grandsons for back to school and end of summer, I went to check on RBT, and her habitat and burrow were empty and the lid was off. So, and there was no sign of her anywhere, and she couldn't have gotten out. This box, her habitat, is actually in a garden wagon. We weren't sure whether we would need to move it around, if maybe in the winter we want to put it in the shed, our garden shed, for better protection over the winter. So it was empty, and all we can surmise at this point is that the big orange tomcat took her, and we were devastated. But my friend Annette, who let me adopt RBT, was very quick to tell me that I could adopt another tortoise. So I'd like to introduce you to RBT2, who I am calling Bader, because I can't call her Ruth. And Bader's a nice gender-neutral name, which is probably good because we won't know for 5 or 6 years whether Bader is a male or a female. Bader is a 15-month-old tortoise, where Ruth was about 4 months old. And Ruth fit in the size of my palm, and you can tell that Bader is more the size of my hand. It's okay, Bader. You're all right. Bader has spent the last 14 or 15 months of her life living in a habitat this size with, at one point, 13 brothers and sisters. They've been slowly being adopted out, and she left behind 7 brothers and sisters at Annette's house. A few tiny ones like Ruth, and some her size. So I know this has been quite an adjustment since I brought her home yesterday. She has spent most of her time in her burrow, getting comfortable. You can tell from the dirt on her back that she's been in there digging around, making herself comfortable, making herself at home. And this plate was full of collard greens and dandelion greens and clover flowers, and of course the all-important tortoise food that she has to have to keep her healthy. But she's eaten and wandered around. She went and got a drink of water, and now we're gonna say goodnight to Bader as she goes into her burrow, and you'll be seeing more of Bader around. Thanks for everybody who's reached out with sympathy and understanding about what happened to RBT, and for encouraging me to adopt again and to bring RBT2 home.